So yeah, here we are. What up? To a new video. And in this one we're gonna be doing something to my car. And yes, I was already sleeping in it, but like I said, I needed a bit more comfort. This was my bed platform for the last few trips, but it wasn't really working that well. It was too short, so I have to make a new system, and I would also like to make some drawers. But yeah, I want to have some drawers that come out like this, and then I can use my cooker right here, and I can use it on, you know, somewhere here. I'm not sure how exactly it's gonna look like, but so yeah, this is the space that we're working with. I don't want to remove any of the seats. I would love to do it, but at the same time I also love having a car which can transport more than 2 persons. So maybe I will remove one seat eventually, but for now I'm trying to keep it in. The drawers are gonna be fitting in the back area anyways. Like, I don't want it to extend further than this line right here, so it doesn't really matter for now, but in the future I might want to remove one of these seats, because then you can create a nice seating area. So it's actually not that much work. The only thing I have to do is cut a few panels to size. Most of them are already cut, pre-cut at the lumberyard, which yeah, the cuts are like, I couldn't do it like this because the only saw that I have is this, a jigsaw. Here goes nothing. Everything is safe around here. No worries, it's fine, it's works. But yeah, I can already tell that this is not a straight edge at all. But if I cannot make this edge work, then that would mean that none of the edges are gonna work. Yeah. But this was the final side, so I'm gonna give it a quick sand, and I'm gonna show you guys what it's roughly gonna look like. You see? Like, it's looking better now, it's looking more big. But think about this drawer being pulled out until here. It makes sense, it makes sense. And I just wanted to show this. Look at these little thingies, these handy dandy things. They're like hook clamps, and you can, yeah, pretty much hold a panel at a 90-degree angle, so you can glue it up and then drill it without it moving at all, and then screw it in. Like, without these clamps, just imagine how you would have to do this. There's probably a way, but yeah, I'm working on the ground. So for me, this is a nice solution. But yeah, that means that we're now going to glue up and screw it in. I'm using a drill that is meant to be used for concrete, not concrete, but like walls, if you know what I mean, not wood. But it's working, it's working. Right, I know I still have to screw it in and drill whatever, but we made a box. We did a thing! There it is, a box fully built. I think I want to put it in the car. Let's see how it looks. Now, if you're wondering, wow, that looks heavy. It is. It's quite heavy. I mean, I guess it's hard to see on camera, like how, well, maybe it's not, maybe it's very easy to see on camera, but it looks big enough. It looks big enough. And just imagine this being a drawer with like sides that almost come up as high as this. And then you put it out and it stays in place. Yeah, that's quite the workspace. That's nice. What do you reckon? It's something. It's in there. still using a non-wood drill bit. I forgot one from home. Right, I'm having the same problem again, and that is that these screws are just slightly too long for these two panels. I just drilled one in, as you guys could see, and I could feel it bulging. There's a little bulge there. It's like 1 millimeter further in and it would have poked out. So over time this might, you know, start to like degrade and the screw would stick out. So I guess there's only one way to fix this, and that is to get different screws. So quick trip to the hardware store. Vroom, vroom. Now, moment of truth, how perfect is it? Ho-ho, perfect. Gives it a little bit of play, yeah. Like it's just not sticking into the next level of MDF, it's just staying in the plywood layer. So yeah, trip well worth. And I also got new drill bits. Winning. Okay, here's the final screw. Boom! There it is, dude. Now let's see if it will fit. Okay, I guess it's working. Look at it! I did a thing! Okay, let's see it. Oh. Right, after much finicking around, it's there, it works, it locks, but I'm not gonna bore you with the details, but there's still stuff happening in there that I want to change, but yeah, I don't know. It's been a long day. I'm going home. See you tomorrow. Fits perfectly. Less than a finger of play there, which exactly, yeah, I wanted that exactly, so big time winnings. It is sloped towards that side, but oh well, we winning. Right, there it is. I got a sink, not mounted yet. I got some new rails, which are gonna be mounted here on this side, and I'm pulling out here. And I got myself a jerry can with a nice little thingy. Also some anti-slip mats, but that's not that important. But yeah, I'm wondering now where to mount this sink, because it's on the website. It didn't give any dimensions, so I was just like eyeballing it, but it fits in here at least, but it's a bit big. And with the drawer, yeah, if you want to put the drawer in, you need to make space for the sink. So I was thinking about only using the sink when the drawer is out, and just not caring about what the inside is going to look like, but I might have to rethink that. Maybe it will fit here. Isn't neatly there? Well, we will see. We will see. moment of truth. Will this cabinet fit into the space that I made for it? Let's see. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. I learned from the last time I did this. Uh-oh. Maybe I'm not hopeful anymore. Yeah, it's very smooth. Right, so all I needed to do was add some washers because the panels, they are crooked. So it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault because, well, boring stuff, but maybe it was my fault for buying crooked wood or something else. Probably something else. Okay, here goes nothing. First time trying it out. You put it open. It clicks, and then there's another drawer. Will it even fit on camera? It will extend so far. Whoa, this is actually the first time that I'm seeing it. I mean, that's cool. I mean, you cannot say anything else about that. That's cool. You just created all of this space with, yeah, simple drawer system. Whew. The drawers are secured with these, whatever you call them, and I adjusted the drawer so that it now locks. Look, I cannot get them out, and yeah, look, there's the bed. And so yes, on this side it will rest on this little beam here. I'm gonna make some, I don't know, Velcro maybe to just keep it in place. Also maybe strap it down to the handle. I was thinking about that, you know, just strap here, boom to there. Easy, won't move as much with the Velcro. The Velcro is only to keep it in place. It's not for like structural strength. Yeah, it's gonna rest on my passenger seat, which I don't know if that will be a success, but only time will tell. This was the only method of not removing this seat, because if I had it fully like moved forward and folded forward, it was still not enough room for me. And then on this side, I'm gonna have it resting on those little blocks, which I still have to drill and attach and glue, whatever, but yeah. And then I'm hoping that because I have it strapped down there in the corner, that this end won't go down as much, but time will tell. You know, maybe I can just fit a bag underneath here or some storage, you know, I'll figure it out, it's fine. But anyways, some time has passed since the last video, actually almost more than a week at this point, but doesn't matter. The build is complete, and there it is, fully in its flesh. So, what do we got? Well, let's first start off with the bed platform, and yes, it works because I already done a trip with this car to Germany, and yes, I recorded it also. Videos coming soon, subscribe for that. And like I showed in the video, it is resting on these blocks. I secured them. You know, it functions. It needs some improvement here and there, but it functions, and that's the story of this whole build. It is good enough, but it needs some improvement here and there, but yes, it's good enough. But here, the more important bit, the drawers, the drawer system. You have your storage here, you have your little water faucet here, like I showed in the intro of this video. You know, the water doesn't go anywhere, but it's nice to just wash your hands or wash some dishes, like small dishes. You cannot wash the whole pan in here, of course, but just, yeah, wash your hands, wash your face. It is there. When you're done, you just grab it and you empty it. And of course, you know, you have to be careful what you dump out in nature, but if it's just water with a bit of food in there, I don't care, it's fine. And also underneath there, storage. Although I have learned that it's not the best to put items in there that you need all the time, because you need to move the sink, and if it's full with water then it can get sort of annoying. But I mean, yeah, you will figure it out once you start using the actual gear, right? You won't just automatically have the perfect place for everything. Yeah, and more storage right here. Fun fact is that I glued this thing to the wood, so yeah, it doesn't move anywhere. And you can put your utensils or whatever you kitchen, yes, those things, you can put them in there. Also some basic stuff for cooking, you know, easily reachable when you're cooking. And yeah, talking about cooking, There it is, a 2-pit burner. Actually, you know, I use quite big pans, and to be honest, I don't like it that much because it doesn't give much heat. And yeah, I mean, I'm cooking outside, so wind affects the heat, but yeah, it doesn't do much. I cannot really cook the way I want to, so this might be getting replaced, who knows. But moving on, this is another storage area, which, yes, is a drawer that goes in and out. This is where I keep my cooking utensils, the bigger ones like pans and plates, if I had them. Well, yeah, they're at home right now. Not planning on leaving anytime soon, so cutting area, simple, basic. Now we got a little fridge here, which is not secured and also not hooked in at the moment, but hey, details. But it's not secured anywhere. Like I was trying to figure out a plan to make this not slide around, but I bought this anti-slip mats and I placed them in every single cupboard. Also in this one, as you guys could see. And that really works. It doesn't slide around when I'm driving. So yeah, big up for those things. And yeah, I got my little chair, which is not part of the build of course, but it makes me able to sit at the table and eat. And yes, it is quite unstable. I have to figure out a way to work something out with this, because right here, if you can see, if I move it, you see the plastic that this thing rests on is giving a little bit, so it doesn't matter how well I strap it down with these things, or if I make a mechanism that straps it down here, it doesn't matter. This plastic bit will always give in, so I have to make something else for that. But it is more than stable enough for just eating on, and I trust it that it won't just snap or break anywhere. It's just a bit of play, that's about it, but it needs some improvement. Maybe a stick underneath here like I said, or here, but we will see. And of course the fridge needs power. When I'm driving, there's a little handy dandy 12-volt socket right there, so that's nice. I don't waste my battery juices. But when I'm not driving, I have this, I think 400 watt hours, a Yeti 400. I'm not sure how much amp that is. Don't ask me, I'm stupid. But 400 watt hours, and yeah, that will last about 5 days with my power consumption. Like the fridge will be able to run for a week, and then charging my phone and charging the iPad or just random stuff, yeah, about 4 or 5 days. So yeah, not too bad. I mean, being able to just have electricity for 5 days, I do want to improve on that, but for now, yeah, it's enough. But yes, I do think that about covers it. Maybe one mention, these things. If you ever want to go car camping, these things are a godsend. You can, well, as you can see, it looks like a normal window, but actually at the moment I have a little peak there for air. And if you ever slept in a car that had the windows closed, well, first of all, you can wake up with a headache because of the lack of air in the morning. You're used to that with your human body. But second of all, if you do not have this, if you do not have airflow around the car, it gets very moist. How do you say that? Humid in the car. And the reason why you get these is that when it starts raining, the rain doesn't go into your car. I know, genius. And people cannot see that the windows are open. Like if you take a look at this, it just looks like a normal car without, with the windows closed. But that's not true, because look, they're open. And I guess the last thing I can cover, like this is where I sit. I moved the seat all the way forward, so I have plenty of room. I can stretch my legs if I want to. Right now I cannot because driver precision, but once it's fully moved forward and tilted forward, plenty of space. And right here sort of is my desk area. I can place my iPad on here. I can just, do some small stuff on here. I don't like to cook on here, but if I really had to, I could. But, cooking on your bed, it's just not what you want, right? Like juices get everywhere and fat, and it just gets so dirty. You don't want to do that. I do have a foldable table for that, so I can, put it here when I really need a workspace. But for now, I focus on the back door and just hope it doesn't rain. Although, here is some footage of a trip I did to Germany, and I have this umbrella idea in my head. This one is just temporarily because this one is not big enough. But with a bigger umbrella, I think I can just cover the whole back area with, an umbrella and be dry from the elements. So yeah, pretty much simple stuff. It's a very minimalistic car build. It took me a while to figure out these cabinets. I must admit that was kind of a pain in the ass to make, the details of it and stuff. But overall, this is still, in my opinion, a very minimal, basic car camping build, which if you're interested in building it and you think about it, do it. It's the freedom you get by just having this setup and that you can sleep in the car wherever you want. In my opinion, worth it. But anyways, that about covers it. Like I said, I already went on a little trip, a 4-day trip or 3-day trip, depending how you look on things, to Germany with this setup. So if you're interested in that, keep an eye on this channel because I will upload those next week or somewhere, I don't know. But yeah, until then, thank you for watching and goodbye. Peace.